hateful remarks made by Gatundu South Member of Parliament Moses Kuria. Speaking to the press this morning, the chairman of the commission, Francis Olegaparo, said he received news of the utterances by the legislator just yesterday and requested the public to give the commission time to investigate the clip before issuing a directive on the matter.
I cannot go and hang a person if he or she has not committed an offense. And I can't know whether somebody has committed an offense if I have not investigated. This is a country that is run through law. And please don't demand people's heads unreasonably. Bring it to our attention if you must, but also give the victims the opportunity to explain themselves if they have to explain. And give those who are given the responsibility to find out whether or not a crime has been committed, the opportunity to look at those utterances, find out the evidence, and find out whether there is a crime committed or not.
Let's now speak to our reporter, Timothy Otieno, who covered that particular briefing for us, is now joining us live from our City Centre studios. Timothy, what really is the stumbling block for the NCIC as they continue their investigations?
Well, Akisa, basically, according to the NCIC chairman, Francis Olegaparo, who did say that he actually received a report or a complaint of the Gatundu South Member of Parliament's utterances. And he said basically he got it yesterday, and because of the language barrier, because these alleged remarks were made in the Kikuyu dialect, he needed time to scrutinize, get an interpreter to try and explain to him word for word what the legislator apparently said a few days ago during a rally in Kiambu County. So his request was that Kenyans be a bit more patient, and he did promise that by Monday next week he will be giving a comprehensive update and a report on the allegations made against the Gatundu South Member of Parliament, after which, depending on what investigations, the outcome of the investigations, then the commission can give a clear directive as to what to do to the legislator. Remember, this is not the first time the Gatundu South Member of Parliament is accused of making such reckless remarks, allegedly, and perhaps it is that reason why many Kenyans online had accused the NCIC for remaining mum, and especially at such a time when the country is expected to go into a second presidential elections that is just about 38 days away. So as it is, the NCIC is investigating the matter, requesting for more time up to Monday to give the nation a briefing as to what direction this particular case will take. Akisa.
Timothy, there has been a rise in the hate speech cases being witnessed on the social media. Did the chairman of the NCIC seek to address this?
Well, Olegaparo has also raised that particular concern, and he did reveal this morning that the commission is actually investigating 273 cases of alleged hate mongering and hate speech on social media. We have been able to get a list of that particular names of 273 individuals who the commission is investigating. And just quickly scanning through it, it's a bulky document, and we could be able to spot a few familiar names in this particular list. One of them is Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino, whom the commission is investigating for alleged utterances of hate speech, five counts, if I could call it that, that apparently the commission says Babu Owino made that amount to or tantamount to hate mongering on YouTube. Another name that is also in this particular document is that of David Ndii, who is a strategist at NASA, political strategist for the NASA coalition, who the commission is investigating for 3 counts of hate speech on posts that he made on Facebook. One final name, perhaps, as I conclude, is of a blogger, Cyprian Nyakundi, who it's not the first time has gotten into trouble with the commission. He's being investigated for 2 counts of hate speech that he made on his Facebook page. Now, these are just 3 names out of 273 that the commission is investigating. But the question has been, can the commission do more towards curbing this particular vice? As it is, it has been accused of being a toothless dog. It doesn't have the powers to prosecute. It can recommend for prosecution to the courts, and we did see this happen last year in June. If you remember, the Pangani 6 and the Muthaiga 2, who spent 4 nights in jail. And interestingly, Moses Kuria was among the 8 legislators who at the time were arrested and did spend 4 nights at Pangani police station alongside 2 female colleagues, Aisha Jumwa and Busia women representatives Florence Mutua, for alleged hate utterances. Now, can the commission instigate more than that, just that? In the past, they have just, especially for politicians, they have just given some sort of like a slap on the hand, many say, and request politicians just to make apologies, and then that matter is done. So perhaps on Monday, when they give a final report in this particular instance, the Kenyans will be waiting for perhaps much more action to be taken, if indeed such utterances that were made are actually true, Akisa.
All right. Currently, a matter